there, Internet! 'Tis the season for Top 10 lists, so here are my favorite standalone novels that were published in 2013. Coming in at number 10 is Dead Ends, the unlikely story of two boys, one who's a bully and one who has Down syndrome, and decides that if he becomes friends with the school bully, maybe that'll mean people stop picking on him. Coming in at number 9 is Reality Boy by one of my favorite authors, A.S. King. This is the story of Gerard Faust, a 17-year-old guy who has a lot of anger issues, many of which stem from his 15 minutes of fame 12 years ago. It's a really honest portrayal of what it's like to be angry, and I really applaud A.S. King for her positive portrayal of special education. Coming in at number 8 is The Tragedy Paper by Elizabeth Laban. This one is great for fans of Looking for Alaska. It tells the story of two boys, one who had to live through some pretty traumatic experiences the previous school year, and one who's desperately trying to forget his association with them. At number 7, I have Dear Cassie by Lisa Burstein, telling the story of Cassie, a girl who got arrested on prom night and is now spending a few months at a rehabilitation sort of camp, dealing with a lot of guilt about the crime she committed and something much deeper that happened after that. At number 6, if you're in the mood for something a little lighter, we have The Distance Between Us by Casey West. I absolutely adore this author, and this is a really fun contemporary story. You have a girl who doesn't have a lot of money and is trying to work hard and make ends meet and do the right thing, and all of that seems to be turned upside down when she meets a guy who's great, but he's rich, and she has a hard time letting go of all of these perceptions she has of rich people to see Xander for who he really is. At number 5, I have Rose Under Fire by Elizabeth Wein. This is the haunting novelization of a girl who's in the Ravensbrück concentration camp during World War II. Elizabeth Wein clearly did her research with this book. It is haunting and gripping, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. At number 4 is The Chaos of Stars by Kiersten White, a modification of Egyptian mythology. Isadora is the daughter of Egyptian gods who's convinced her parents hate her because they won't make her immortal. You see that even though she's the daughter of gods, she's really just an ordinary teenager like anybody else. Number 3 is Goodbye Rebel Blue by Shelley Coriel, a fantastic book for anyone who's a fan of 13 Reasons Why. Rebel is a girl who doesn't feel like she fits into her family very well, and when the bucket list of a recently deceased classmate ends up in her possession, she is determined to show everybody that people's lives are determined by choice, not chance. At number 2 is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, and the story of a girl who is a caretaker for a quadriplegic man. It is one of those books that you have a lot of feels, and it tackles a lot of really big questions, but it does so beautifully and really honestly. Finally, my favorite standalone novel that was published in 2013 is This Song Will Save Your Life by Lila Sales. But this book is one of those cases where I don't know if I've ever so strongly connected with the protagonist. Elise Dembowski tries to do everything right, she tries to fit in, and nothing seems to work. And after a botched suicide attempt, she finds herself still looking for answers, and they come, oddly enough, in the form of being a DJ at an underground nightclub. This was an amazing book that I've been recommending to students, and I will continue to sing its praises in the years to come. As always, it's a tough call when I make these top 10 lists, but I hope you check some of these books out. All of my usual links are down below. Comments are always welcome. That's it for me for now, and Happy New Year. Bye!